Ah, very good, very good. Hello. Here we go. Hello, friends. Hi, everyone. I am on Instagram and Facebook Live. Happy Labor Day to you. Who is here? If you are here, send me a message in the comments because I cannot see who's here. Show me some love. Who is in the house? I see some friends. Show me some love. Who's here? Well, I thank you for joining me this evening. I am here representing Alana Integrative Health, and I hope that you had a chance to watch my video about elimination diets and disordered eating, because this is something that is very, very common. So if anyone here has ever had to do an elimination diet, give me a thumbs up or something. If they've ever had any exposure or experience dealing with some kind of disordered eating, also give me a thumbs up because this is very, very common. So what I wanted to follow up on today is because my story was about how I had to be on an elimination diet for medical reasons. And doing an elimination diet was very necessary for me. But having such a restricted diet actually led to some pretty serious disordered eating. And I, of course, thought that I was alone in what I was experiencing because I just felt crazy. I felt out of control with food, and everyone around me seemed to have no problem with food, but it had completely taken over my mind. And what I've learned over the years is that this is a relatively new eating disorder called orthorexia, which is actually very, very common in the last decade because of the popularity of so many different kinds of diets now, thanks to social media, promoting a very specific way of eating. And people can feel very inadequate about their own way of eating. And so they start to change and try and follow these rules. Oh gosh, I can't eat this. This is bad. And everyone says I can't eat that because that's bad. And oh my God, I'm so afraid of gaining weight, but I really want to lose weight. And I love eating chocolate, but they say chocolate's bad. So all these crazy thoughts get put into our head and we lose touch with our own normal mechanism for hunger. And when that happens, we become obsessive and out of control with our intuitive eating. If you look back when we were kids, we never thought twice about what we were eating, right? We didn't even pay attention to food until the hunger struck. You know, it just wasn't on our mind. You eat a meal and then you go play and you go to school and you do what you need to do. And then it's like, oh God, well, I'm hungry. Okay, now I'll eat. We never thought twice about our eating patterns. So why are we doing that now? So a way to get back into intuitive eating and to remove your fear of food. That's something that I really would like to address because anyone can be experiencing this, whether you've been on a diet, or you've been on an elimination restrictive eating for whatever reason, whether it's medical or because you were on a diet and you were afraid of gaining weight or you were trying to lose weight, etc. For a variety of reasons, you could have been having a restrictive diet and it could have affected you. So how do you move past this? And the goal is to remove the power of the food that you're afraid of. If you are someone who has a sweet tooth and you like chocolate or you like cookies and you've completely sworn yourself off of them or pizza or whatever, and you've removed that from your diet and it's completely forbidden, the desire becomes stronger and stronger. Can I get an amen here? If you understand what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up, show me some love, because even before I had to be on an elimination diet, I remember feeling this desire. It's like, God, I haven't had pizza in 3 weeks, but I'm afraid to eat the pizza. The way to get over this is to actually eat the foods that you're afraid of. And I know that sounds really counterintuitive because these are the things that you want to avoid, right? You've told yourself that you can't have these things. But once you start allowing yourself to have these foods in a small amount or even in a large amount, you will find that you are satisfied, and then you can move on with your life. In the beginning, it might feel very, very scary to do. And I know that it was for me. Even eating a bowl of rice was terrifying. I was so scared of gaining weight. I was so scared of being sick from eating these foods. So I started experimenting in just small servings, and I realized how satisfied I was. And actually, I felt full. And I actually started to have more energy. And every day, I would experiment with a food that I had been eliminating for a very long time. And the more I did this, the more I actually stopped craving these foods. And actually, over the course of a month, I had lost several pounds. So the idea seems crazy. It doesn't seem to make sense, right? We want to avoid cookies because we're afraid of gaining weight. So why are you telling me to eat cookies? If you've been on a strict restrictive diet, the more you restrict your dieting, your food intake, you might actually start gaining weight. Because when your body craves something, there's something in that food that it needs. And if you are denying your body what it needs, you're going to constantly be eating other foods to try and satisfy that craving. And you will find that nothing that you eat is going to satisfy what you really need. So if for some reason you just need a cookie, you just need that cookie, eat the cookie. Instead of trying to eat a protein bar and then, avocado chocolate mousse because it's healthier, or a banana, you've just eaten 500 extra calories when if you had just eaten the cookie, you would have just settled at 100 or 120 calories and then you would have moved on with your life. So giving into that desire is actually extremely important. Of course, you don't want to go overboard. And if this is something that you are struggling with where you can't stop at just one cookie, well, there's other things to look into there. Again, if you have been very restrictive, it's going to be a normal process for you to go overboard in the beginning. But the more power that you remove from that food that you fear, the less it's going to have control over your body and your mind. And little by little, you're just not going to care that much about it. And I'm living proof. So I really wanted to share that with you today, my own experience. And I know that this is a very common thing, restrictive foods, restrictive diets, denying yourself foods that you like. So if this is something that you are dealing with, please let me know. Any questions, I'm happy to answer for you. As an integrative nutrition coach, we're not just talking about food. It's mind and body. So it's Alana Integrative Health, Mind, Body, Restore. Because we can't really heal our body until we actually heal our mind and change the perspective and the way that we think about food and how food plays a part in our life. And there's a lot of psychology involved. Social factors, family factors, environmental stresses, so many things to be considered when you are talking about your diet and your food struggles. I've been through it all. I could write a book on my life experience with food and health and psychology and how all of these things connect together. And that is why I am an integrative health coach, because I want to help others who might be struggling and aren't aware of how their environment and their childhood upbringing are affecting the habits that we have today. So I really thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you have any questions, please send me a message in the comments, or you can send me a private message. Also, very exciting, my website is just about up and running. I mean, it is up and running. There's just a few things that I'm still kind of tweaking. So why don't you guys go and check it out at ilanahealth.com. That's ilanahealth.com. And let me know what you think. Any suggestions? Would love to hear your feedback. But I'm really excited to have things moving forward. And Candida Kitchen will be premiering very soon. And I can't wait to share that with you as well. Candida Kitchen is all about low glycemic and sugar free cooking to help people in the world who are, well, addicted to sugar. Because guess what? Sugar is more addictive than cocaine and other opiates. So if you feel like you can't get rid of the cookies and you can't stop eating the cake, it's completely understandable. You are not crazy. And being able to remove these cravings is not an easy fix. You can go cold turkey, but just like any other kind of addiction, it's not a pleasant experience. So with Candida Kitchen, it's all about using alternatives to be able to satisfy the cravings that you have without having to completely eliminate sugar and sweets and the foods that you love altogether. Because, oh, thank you, September. Hi. Because as I've been explaining, when you have a restrictive diet, you're putting yourself in a worse position. You're going to cause yourself to binge eat. You're going to actually cause yourself to gain weight instead of lose, which is the opposite of what you're trying to do. So it's a very complicated psychological situation. So if you are struggling with sugar, I can't wait to introduce Candida Kitchen to you, and check out my website, ilanahealth.com. And I'll be updating my videos regularly. And I will continue doing my Story Monday and sharing with you my personal experiences so that you can hopefully be able to relate to something that I say, one of my experiences, and take something away for yourself. And again, if you have any questions or thoughts or comments about anything that I've talked about today or any of my other My Story Monday videos, please let me know. I'm always happy to help you and be there for you in any way. So have a happy Labor Day, everyone, and I'll see you again very soon. Good night.